From the moment I was born, I knew I deserved the best. In my modest adoptive family, they called it princess syndrome. My adoptive mother saved for months to buy a silk blouse, then locked it away. I'd wear it secretly under my uniform. When caught, I'd lose dinner, so I'd find her hidden snacks and eat them all. My adoptive father claimed he couldn't afford tutoring, yet kept expensive liquor and cigarettes. I took some and sold them to the corner store owner. With the money, I enrolled in the best prep course and bought imported stationery. Once, my grandmother hid 2 chicken drumsticks for her biological grandson. At the table, I calmly took both for myself. I study the hardest, I said. I need the nutrition. They called me selfish, ungrateful, a princess without the pedigree. I never argued. Then, on my 18th birthday, a black Maybach arrived outside our old apartment. My real parents, the wealthy Sterlings, had found me. Watching the shock and fear on my adoptive family's faces, I felt completely calm. It wasn't princess syndrome. I was a real princess all along. Sliding into the back of the Maybach, I felt no unease. Seated next to me was the girl the Sterling family had raised for 18 years as their own, Annabelle. You must be Vivian, she said, her voice soft. It must have been so difficult for you all these years. She took my hand. Hers was soft and delicate. Mine had a thin layer of calluses from years of writing. I didn't answer her question about difficulty. Instead, I gently pulled my hand away and traced the edge of the window frame. This car is due for a service, I said calmly. The driver's hands twitched on the wheel, and the car swerved almost imperceptibly. My mother, Eleanor, turned from the front seat to look at me, her eyes wide with surprise. Annabelle's smile froze. What did you say, Vivian? I said. This car is due for a service, I repeated. I pointed to an air vent. The air filter needs changing, too. I can smell fine dust in the air. A dead silence fell over the car. My father, Richard Sterling, sitting in the passenger seat, looked at me properly for the first time in the rearview mirror. His eyes were sharp as a hawk's, filled with scrutiny and intrigue. Annabelle's face cycled through shades of pink and white. She had likely expected a country mouse, either timid and stuttering or gaudy and materialistic. She had a whole script of condescending comforts prepared, and I had just rendered it all useless with one quiet observation. She forced a laugh. You know so much, Vivian. Unlike me, I just know how to ride in a car. That's all right. You can learn, I replied, looking her directly in the eye. My tone was sincere. After all, representing the Sterling family is a heavy responsibility. A basic understanding of luxury goods is essential. You can't just recognize a brand name. That's how people mistake you for new money. A choked chuckle escaped the driver. A sharp glare from Richard in the mirror silenced him instantly. Annabelle's smile completely vanished. My mother, Eleanor, finally spoke, her voice laced with a complex emotion. Vivian, dear, how do you know all this? If you want to know something, there are always ways to find out, I answered, my tone light. I didn't tell them that with the money from my adoptive father's secret stash, a small portion that wasn't spent on tutoring went to buying every fashion, automotive, and financial magazine I could get my hands on. The Sterling mansion was perched atop Silvercrest Peak, a breathtaking display of wealth and power. The butler and a line of staff were already waiting at the entrance. Welcome home, Miss Sterling, they chorused. I accepted their greeting without flinching. Behind me, Annabelle's nails were digging so hard into her palms they nearly drew blood. For 18 years, that title had been hers. The welcome home dinner was a lavish affair. Eleanor led me into a walk-in closet with 3 walls lined with haute couture gowns and designer bags. Vivian, this is all for you. Pick whatever you like. Annabelle followed us in. Mother, she said sweetly, Vivian just got here. She might not be used to such formal clothes. I have some simpler dresses in my closet. Perhaps she'd like to try one of those first? She reached for my arm. I sidestepped her touch, my gaze sweeping over the magnificent gowns. From a corner, I pulled out a simple, elegant white dress. This one, I said. Eleanor paused. But Vivian, that's so plain. It was meant for everyday wear. It's fine. I prefer simple. A flicker of triumph crossed Annabelle's eyes. Yes, mother, whatever makes Vivian